Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me if you are here today. I realize it's been a minute since I streamed. The stream we had a few weeks ago for the guide was pretty chill until it wasn't, right? It's tough because like I actually ended up getting back on a few days later, and then I managed to do the guide while I was running solo. So I got Kappa, but dying to cheaters like right on the cusp of having it really took the wind out of my sails. Like it just didn't feel good anymore. So that kind of sucks. The idea that like the whole experience went from being super like, I mean, it was grueling the whole time. Let's be honest, right? It was pretty freaking excruciating the whole time. But just the idea that somebody else could take your fun away, that blows. That really blows. I didn't like the idea of that, and I didn't like how freaking angry it made us. Honestly, this game is infuriating sometimes. It always has been, but like that was especially bad. And if I'm being honest, I guess I should like show Kappa. Yep, I got it. It's here. I guess I should give it to the cultists and get the cool one. I haven't been online since I got it. It just sucks, man. It freaking sucks. Like, if I'm being frank, I have a list of reasons why I don't think anyone should try to get Kappa. I really, really don't. First and foremost, and this is like the title reason of the video pretty much, games shouldn't be excruciating. Games are supposed to be fun. I get that some games are challenging, and yeah, I'm fine with that. There are lots of challenging games. I played Dark Souls. I've done all sorts of that. Like, my favorite game ever is probably the original Fire Emblems, where you can't grind for XP and it's not a dating sim yet. So like, I like difficult games, but there's something so infuriating and like unfair about running into cheaters. And I think if this game ever gets on Steam and, you know, people are getting VAC bans, maybe things will change. But current state, like, there's no way that Kappa is worth it. It's just not. In the current state of the game, it's just not worth it. Like, when you start thinking about the cheaters in this game, let's be generous, right? And let's use the task, the guide, as an example. Who is that? Mechanic? So, in the guide, my point is, you have to do all 10 of those maps without dying, right? And that means in each of those maps, you're rolling the dice to see whether or not you're going to run into a cheater. And if there is even a 1% chance of any player in the Tarkov population being a cheater, let's assume it's just 1% of the player base is cheating. All of a sudden, your chances of getting through the guide without running into a cheater drop to like 30%, roughly. It depends on how many players spawn in your maps and all sorts of stuff like that. But you're looking at about a 2 in 3 chance of hitting cheaters and a 1 in 3 chance of getting out without cheaters. And then you have to contend with the regular gameplay shenanigans. Like, I got freaking stuck in one of the fucking playthroughs. I just clipping on nothing. Like, so goddamn stupid. And if you assume that cheating rate is even higher than 1%, like if you start looking at what the chances are of getting out of that quest without running into a cheater, at higher percentages of the player base being cheaters, at 4% of the player base being cheaters, your chance of getting through the guide without a cheater is less than 1%. Less than 1%. That's That's terrible. That's awful, frankly. And when you look at it, like, you have to put in, by merit of the 280 or whatever quests you have to put in so much time. So much time to get this thing done. And I get that, like, to be fair, if you're a full-time streamer for this game, or fun employed, or I guess just like insanely good, maybe, like, it might make sense, because maybe you knock out Kappa in 3 days. But for most normal people, that's just not the case. And I can't find the guide right now. I don't know where the hell it is. I can't remember who gave it to me. It's like my brain has just blocked out all this crap, and it sucks, because frankly, I really enjoy the base gameplay of Tarkov. I like running in, I like having gunfights, I like finding loot. It feels good. It feels really good when the game is being played normally. But the way Kappa makes you play, it forces you into all sorts of scenarios where you're just not allowed to play the game the way you want to. Like, want to run a particular gun, you want to run loud, heavy, grenades, whatever. It's not your choice now. If you're going for Kappa, it's suddenly not your choice. And that sucks, frankly. That really sucks. And when you look at it, like, what's the reward? A few extra spaces in your ass. Okay, cool. But that goes away. They're just going to take it away with the next wipe. And it's like, okay, maybe the achievement is cool, but if you circle back to our earlier point about cheaters, half the people you see with Kappa are probably cheating. And that sucks. So the achievement is the only real reward, and that doesn't even really mean anything. And so, for me, it's simply not worth it. And the part that really, like, breaks my heart about Kappa 2 is there are so many scenarios where I would have liked to play things differently, but I had to get that kill, or I had to get this item, or whatever. Like, there are times where I would have liked to be nice to that random scav, but I just couldn't risk it. And so you end up making all sorts of decisions that you wouldn't make if you were just playing the game normally. And it sucks because it eliminates all the real social interactions that can happen. And I know Tarkov doesn't seem like a very social game, but I've actually met some of my best friends as randoms that I encountered in Tarkov. And I'll admit, more times than not, when you meet somebody in Tarkov, they're gonna backstab you. They're gonna betray you. It's a shitty reality, but it's the reality of the situation. As a lot of people have so much incentive to betray you that a lot of people will take that deal. They want your gear. They want to get out alive. They're also scared that they're not going to get out with their quest item or whatever. Maybe they need a kill for this other quest. Like, there's so many things in Tarkov that push everybody towards the worst kind of behavior. And every once in a while, you still have these magical interactions where you get to have really positive exchanges, or like end up helping someone out, or somebody helps you. And that just goes away when you try to do Kappa. And so I'm done with Tarkov for a while. God damn, I missed the cycle. Can't wait for the fucking fan revival. If the fan revival gets the multiplayer and quests back, I'm all in. But you know, for now, it is what it is. I set out to do this thing, I did the thing, and I would tell everybody that it's simply not worth your time. Don't bother. Don't bother. If you play Tarkov and you enjoy Tarkov, just play the game however you want to play it. Run heavy, run cheap, run loud, rat, get into every gunfight, or help every scav. Whatever you like to do, just play the game, man. Because Kappa ruins it. I'm gonna go find something else to play. I'm sure I'll be back. Like, I do enjoy, like I said, I do enjoy the gameplay loop of Tarkov quite a bit, but just left a pretty bitter taste in my mouth after the way everything went down. And looking back on everything, I wouldn't do it again. All right. That's the end of this one. I'll be back up in a few minutes when I decide what to play.